What's going on, guys? Coach Matt and Yugoprro Baseball. I'm here with the man, Matt Antonelli, Antonelli Baseball. In this video, we're gonna talk about the unwritten rules of baseball.
Before we talk about this, can I just explain real quick about unwritten rules?
Yes, please.
This is for real. Like when we played, if you did something that was one of the unwritten rules, somebody would tell you not to do that. Like I had a bunch of managers. They'd come over, some would put their arm around you, some would just yell at you, but they would tell you like, hey, don't ever do that again. So when people are like, you know, questioning unwritten rules and why would you think that? Because coaches and managers told us that. And we realized, oh, there's no written rule about that, but apparently at this level, you don't do it. But I'll say this, first unwritten rule that comes to mind for me is never bunt to break up a no-hitter. So my thought of this is I wouldn't bunt to break up a no-hitter in most cases, but I do feel like if I was a big bunter, and it was a close game, we're trying to win the game. Like, congratulations, you have a no-hitter, but like, I'm not happy. I'm getting no hit.
Right.
So I'm fine with bunting it. I will say this though, if you were pitching and it was 10-0 and someone bunted to break up a no-hitter, I think you're throwing at somebody.
Yeah, okay, that's right. That's a different story. You're right.
Yeah, so we'll start with that. Don't bunt to break up a no-hitter.
All right, that's number one. Number two that I'm thinking of is more of a pro ball thing. It is you don't call your coach. And I learned this from Wally Whitehurst. Wally was my pitching coach. You know, we're on the plane, we get off the plane, and I go, hey, coach, I'm fresh out of college. We still call coach.
And you had to call, at least for me, in college, if you didn't call coach, you were getting yelled at. Disrespectful.
Yeah. So I go up to Wally and go, hey, coach, you know, do I got time to run over here real quick? And he looks at me and he goes, who the are you calling coach? And I'm like, he goes, my name's Wally. He said, you call me Wally.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, yes, sir.
Exactly.
And you don't call the umpire Blue, right?
Don't call him Blue. When you're in college, you get a different umpire. You might not see the same umpire the whole year. Call him Blue. Or even ump. Yeah, that's another really good one. Don't call the umpire ump. This is another one I gotta ask you. Never run on the pitcher's mound when entering or exiting the field. Would you take offense to that as a pitcher if that happened?
I'm so far removed from the game that I want to say no, but I think maybe yes. Because I was a very intense competitor.
Yeah.
And I would like stare down guys and like spit at guys, not spit on them, but like, you know, from the mound, like, come on, what are you gonna do? You know, like that.
Right.
I don't think that would bother me. Like,
See, yeah, because as a hitter, we were told, like, if somebody ran across them, people would tell us, like, no. See, some of these unwritten rules are silly because some pitchers aren't even going to get upset at it.
What about kind of on the same line, and this is maybe more superstitious, guys jumping over the line, the foul line to get into the field?
Oh, I'll say 100%. I never in my life would step on a line. Why? I have no idea, but it's like never. I would never step on a line. I'm hopping over that thing.
What's another one?
And this one, I changed my opinion on this. It was never steal when you're up by a lot or down by a lot. And the same thing, never bunt when you're up by a lot or down by a lot. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Just play. I'll say this, maybe if you're really young and you're winning by 10, you shouldn't steal. But I think at some point as you get older, play the game as hard as you can for the whole game. And then afterwards, you know, you can go give handshakes and hugs and love the other team. But when you're competing on the field, just try to win the game. That's my thought.
All right, I got one for you. Don't eat the spread
ever
before the position players are done with BP, because pitchers are notorious for sliding up to the
and then we come in and there's no food left. Can I say one thing about this? If you eat all the peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, I don't really care. I didn't want to eat that stuff anyway. So I'm gonna hit BP say, I hope John eats all of that peanut butter and jelly because I hate peanut butter. But I will say though, if it's a good spread, you remember the spreads in like Eugene, like they're terrible.
Peanut butter and jelly, we called it minor league steak.
Yeah, exactly, minor league steak. And I never ate. I lost like 30 pounds that year because I couldn't eat any of the spreads. Yeah, when you get to a higher level as a position player, especially where pitchers do nothing all day, you know, they just sit around and eat the spread. Like I just worked hard out there. I want to come in and eat the good stuff. You guys eat all the good stuff and leave all the, you know, whatever. Oh, this mac and cheese is terrible. Leave them for the position players. Like that's messed up.
What else we got? Oh, what about bats? Oh, I got one. I don't know if this is true. You tell me as a hitter. I was a pitcher, and we used to borrow bats from the.
Don't break mine.
Yeah, if you break. So if I go to Antonelli, I'm going to take BP today. I go, yo, Ant, let me borrow a bat. If I break that bat in BP, I owe him 2 bats.
Number one unwritten rule is don't pass your bats out to any pitcher. Most of them can't hit. So if you come to me and ask for a bat, I'm like, no, sorry. But yeah, I totally agree.
And don't ever take one out of someone's locker without asking, right?
No, it's kind of like the rule, like don't put your hand in someone's glove. If you go to the really good fielders, remember the guys, they would take their glove, and when we went on a trip, they would never put it in their bag. You see guys on the plane with their gloves, you know, with them, because you can't put it in a bag because it might break, it might bend the wrong way. Again, you can tell how good a player, how good a fielder they are. Because for me, I just threw it in my bag, I stepped on it, I'm like, what do I care? I can't field anyway. But like the really good players, they're not going to do that. So that's another unwritten rule. Don't put your hand in someone's glove.
Well, that's all I can think of.
We named, there's literally like 1,000 unwritten rules.
And you won't learn them until you get yelled at. So just see, it's life experience. Get out there, do your thing. So there you go. Those are the unwritten rules of baseball. If you want some more videos like this, let us know in the comment section down below. If you got any questions, hit us up down there. Subscribe to Antonelli Baseball on YouTube. You go Pro Baseball. I'll see you in the next video.